Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another amazing day, another amazing Friday. God is so good. God is so fantastic. Just allowing us to see this day. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one morning daily mastermind for those trying to grow, elevate in life, and your business, and uh, your professional life, just growth and elevation all around. Welcome back to the Daily Dose. We're gonna hop right into it. So the verse of today, James chapter 1, verse 2 through 6. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. When you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. This is my favorite verse. We've been talking about it all week. And it's just all of these things are part of our daily lives. We go through, like I was talking about yesterday, small trials and tribulations daily, right? And we got to consider it pure joy because it's giving us a chance to elevate ourselves as people, and who we are. You know what I'm saying? Just who we are as God's people, right? We all go through things, right? But you, like the verse says, though, let perseverance finish its work, right? Let it finish the work so that we can be complete and mature in whatever it is or everything that we're going through. Let it finish its work, right? It's super important for us to do that. And then we should ask wisdom for anything that we need wisdom in, because we don't got the answers, but God got the answers. And God says He would give us all the answers that we need. He'll give us all the wisdom generously, right? So this is my favorite verse. Hope it has resonated with you all this week. We're gonna keep moving forward. So the business topic of the day is a huge one because it's something that we gotta understand. I know I had to understand it a little bit over the last few years, but it's really the it's marketing versus sales, right? Sometimes marketing and sales they can get lumped in together, but we got to understand the difference in those so that we can make the the best opportunity of what they are, right? Make the most out of it. So marketing really is large scale activities that are aimed at creating awareness and interest in your business, right? So that's going to be all the ads that you see. That's gonna be doing broad market research, right? Content marketing, digital marketing, SEO, which is search engine optimization, PPC, which is pay per click, those pay per click ads. So people pay for those ads that pop up. And then you have email marketing, right? These are all different types of digital marketing. And you also have physical marketing, which signs, flyers, billboards, etc., right? Etc. So you want to understand at a large scale, like marketing is to reach a very large and broad and wide audience that you have done market research for, but it's still a larger scale of people that you're trying to reach out to make them interested in your brand, your product, or your service, right? And like I said, there's a few different types of marketing, but this is really to let the public know what you have going on, right? To capture, you see what a market may be interested in, and then you let them know what you have to offer them. Sales is really the next step after marketing. So once you have gained potential customers, right, from your marketing campaign, then that's when your sales skills come in. And then that's where you have two different skill sets. Some people are great marketers. They understand how to reach the broad audience. They understand the things that's going to capture a wide uh, audience's attention. They understand those things. That's why marketing is a degree, and it's separate from sales, right? There's a completely different skill set and mindset to understand the broader aspect of interest in your brand as it pertains to sales, which is really identifying, contacting, and converting those potential leads from the marketing to actual customers. So you will have people that are interested in your brand based off your marketing campaign. And let's say you actually have a service that you need to talk to somebody, and you're not just selling digital products online where you create a marketing campaign and then then they just buy something online, right? But even that is still sales. Like sales is built into that because you have to use certain psychology pieces to even make people want to buy. And there's different tools and tricks that you use, and we'll dive deeper in that. But this is the broad overview, right? But here's some of the sales things, skills that you need to have in your tool belt. Listening. When you're talking to a potential client, you want to listen, build that trust and rapport, establish, I should have wrote this down, but establish your credibility as a thought leader, as an expert in your field or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. Make them believe and understand that you are the person that they need to be talking to and you can help them with their problem. Which and I spelled this completely wrong, but this goes into the next thing, what is your consultative skills, right? How can you and I got this down here too, but it's understanding what the problem is, right? Understanding exactly what your customer or client may need, right? And it's that's important to know, right? So it's asking open-ended questions to understand. I used to work at Best Buy, and let's say a customer came in, and I used to specifically work in the home theater department, so I was selling TV. This was when I was in college. I wouldn't, and they brought us to an extensive like sales training. It was like 2 weeks where we focused on nothing but how to sell TVs, how to ask questions to understand what the people needed, right? So we we'll have to ask questions like, okay, you coming in to get a new TV. What do you plan on using the TV for? Right. So some TV at the time, this was what, 2015, 16. So 4K was just coming out. Uh Smart TVs had been out for just a little while, but it was still like not definitely nowhere near as what it is now. You still had to connect uh, you still had to get a Fire Stick for most of a lot of the smart TV. They didn't have all those apps built in just yet. So you had to ask the person like, what are they using the TV for? Because then maybe you also would need to suggest a whole different type of internet or like router, or certain TVs that could connect with faster speeds, clearer pictures, or whatever the case may be, right? So if they was using the TV for maybe like kids' bedroom, it wouldn't have to be the best TV with a whole bunch of stuff, right? But if they were gonna get a TV for their man cave or their living room, then they need it for a different audience that'll be watching the TV. If they're gonna be playing games, right? You need to just ask questions for whatever it is that you're trying to sell. You need to understand exactly what your client needs, and then understand that you're putting something in front of them that um that they need, and you want to start off with their problem, right? And that's how you really get the sale. I was watching a movie. I can't remember the movie, and this goes into the next thing. Don't be pushy. You go to a car. Most people associate this with a car salesman. You go out there, they trying to sell you a car. They be an extra pushy. But like I said, when you start with the problem first, while they're even there, it's easier to it's easier to dive into the sales piece. But like I said, I was watching a movie one time, and the they was going through like a sales thing, right? I think it might have been Wolf of Wall Street, but I can't remember. It was like um what did he say? Oh, he was trying to train his employees on selling, right? And he was like, all right, went around the room like, hey, yo, sell me this pen, right? Just regular pen. And it was like, sell me this, sell me this pen. He went around the room, everybody started off with, you know, making up stuff about the pen, what the pen could do, this, that, and the third about the pen. But he got to this one dude, and he was like, all right, gave him the pen, like, all right, send me the pen. And the dude was like, hey man, can you write your name? Can you write your name down so I can put it in my so I can have it and take it with me? The dude, you know what I'm saying, the boss didn't have a pen. He was like, well, I need a pen. Boom, sold him the pen. It's kind of like that. I probably messed up a couple of the interactions, but the basically basics. He started out with a need, right? He under made the client realize that he needed a pen and sold him the pen, right? So that's kind of what you want to know and start with, like I said, the problem, and then you want to have product knowledge. Whatever it is, like I said, you want to establish yourself as the expert, right? And whatever it is that you're doing, you want to establish yourself to know not just about your product, but other products and services that may be out there so that you can do a comparison and contrast with the potential client, a customer. Like, okay, this is what I do, and this is what they do, and this is the difference, right? This is the science behind it, whatever it is that you're doing, you just want to really, really know. The next thing is going to be emotional intelligence. You got to understand psychology. You got to understand what people are doing, um, or what people are thinking as they're going through the process, right? We talked about negotiation a couple of weeks ago, and it was just really you want to understanding that the client or the customer still wants to have some level of control, but they need to be led to the water. So when you understand those conversations, you can direct that conversation, and then you go to this last part, which is the closing skill. You have to learn how to ask the question that's going to close the client, right? And that comes with experience. That comes with being patient. You just really have to be able to ask the question in the right way at the right time to get the answer that you want, right? So it's all of okay. So, for example, when I was like I said, selling TVs is one of my favorite one I used to like to use was okay. So when do you like to? I see that go over everything we basically talked about, and I understand that you uh are looking for a TV of this like this, right? Make them say yeah, like understand they agreeing to what I'm trying to sell them. It's not I'm not just pulling something out of the blue. They're like, okay, yeah, yeah, I do need this type of TV. This TV does work for what I need. Okay, when would you like to buy it? And they just look at them dead in the face, just like be quiet, just look at them dead. Okay, when would you like to buy it? Not all right, I'm trying to buy it now or whatever. Like, when would you like to buy it? Because sometimes people might not be trying to buy it right then, but you would go ahead and establish that relationship, not being too pushy. And it's really pertains to whatever you're selling, how you're going to approach that. But you want to have closing skills and figure out how you want to set it up for that transition to close that sale. But that's marketing versus sales. And like I said, we're probably going to bring some people up here. We are going to bring some people up here to help us um, just get better at it and understand it at a deeper level. People who do high level sales, like solar, and stuff like that. You know, the solar going door to door. If you never went door to door, I did it for a couple times, with real estate. That really really increases your level of salesmanship, being able to convert somebody from a dead stranger in person to getting something sold, getting something signed. But yeah, we'll move on to the self development topic for today, and that's gonna be practicing forgiveness, which is super important for our daily lives. If we don't forgive people and ourselves, we can't move forward in life, and we'll just stay stuck on the past. We'll stay holding grudges in our hearts, which will lead us down a path of destruction, mental destruction, and emotional and spiritual destruction. So, the number one thing is to acknowledge your feelings. We want to understand that it's okay to have feelings, regarding whatever the situation or circumstance is, right? That's super important. Like, okay, I'm feeling this way, and this is why. So you want to acknowledge your feelings about the situation. The next thing is understand the benefit of forgiveness. Like I said, it is so important to let go and forgive somebody. Not well, yeah, it's so important to let go and forgive somebody. Um, like I said, because you don't want to be holding on to that grudge. You don't want to be holding on to that. And it's really not for yourself. Forgiveness, I mean, it's not for the other person, right? Forgiveness is for yourself. It's a gift to you to let go of that emotion, negative emotion that you may have been harboring towards that person, or towards the situation, and it frees you up to be more open to positive things that might occur or be inviting into your life. Right. So that's really the benefit of forgiveness. It allows you to let go of something so that you can receive something better. Um, the next thing is shift your perspective. And it's really just try to see it from the other person's point of view, why they may have done something. Right. This is not to excuse their behavior at all, but this will help you to practice forgiveness if you can show empathy and kind of wrap your head around why somebody would do a certain thing. Right. And this doesn't apply to all situations. Sometimes people do the most wildest things, and it could be no type of empathy shown for it. Right. But you still would benefit yourself by forgiving that person. Um, and I'm just using these for not the extreme scenarios, right? There are some scenarios where it takes like a super deep level of understanding and uh spirituality, and tapping in with God to really forgive somebody. But like I said, those are the like super duper extreme situations. I won't harp on that. Um, Set boundaries for yourself. After it happens one time, set boundaries for yourself and let the other person know, let yourself know, like, all right, boom, if this happens again, this is the consequence. This is what's gonna happen. Because if you don't set those boundaries, you will never it'll just keep happening to you, right? And you'll keep wondering, like, okay, why does this keep happening? But that's the reason why. The next part is to practice gratitude, right? As you practice gratitude, you will understand, uh, more so being positive around your life, your situation, your circumstances, and not really think so much about what somebody else has done to you or what you have done to yourself or what decisions you have made in the past. Be grateful for where you are in life right now. Be present in the moment and continue to think forward and not backwards. Right. And then the last thing is just to choose forgiveness daily. Right. We got to be consciously thinking about choosing forgiveness and being the best that we could possibly be for ourselves, for our family, for our community, right? And being examples of God, really. And that's the main thing. Is choosing forgiveness daily. That's how we can grow. That's how we can open our hearts to new blessings. But that'll wrap it up. I hope everybody has had a great week, and I hope everybody has just been uh, blessed this weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I'll catch y'all on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Appreciate it. Talk to y'all later.